Welcome today for another episode of Let's Talk About Funko. I'm your host, Reggie. I'm with
Mario,
my co-host, and a guest.
Nelson Torres, WTF TV.
Anything else? You just only get WTF?
No, not just TV. I'm all over the place. I'm on
YouTube.
I'm on WTF Porn. Oh, you saw that?
Didn't YouTube kick you off?
No, YouTube is still around. I'm on all over my own website, WTFworld.com.
Yes.
I'm all over the place. And my show was on earlier tonight, I believe. You know, showing stuff from Portland.
Always show love.
Yes.
Watch. Earlier, too. Trust me. And if he's live, it's great.
So, if I show the Portland stuff earlier tonight, that means it's already on YouTube now. So, go to my YouTube page, WTF World TV. And subscribe, too.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have some stuff on YouTube. I'm not going to tell you where to go yet until we have those up. So, today we're going to talk about... last episode, we talked about San Diego Comic-Con. And exclusives they're getting and everything. And he had... Nelson brought up a good question about attendance. And I looked it up. We had a record, and Mario even said it, we had a record of 250,000 plus people last year at New York Comic Con, which is ridiculous. I've heard many great things about New York Comic Con compared to San Diego. I can't say it for myself because I've never been to San Diego. Probably next year I'll go. I'll check it out.
And that's one of the places I would love to cover. People have asked me for a long time because I've covered New York Comic. I'm doing more of like back to the cons here and there, if you will. But my thing is, I would love to cover, and I'll say it right here, love to cover the San Diego Con. But the problem is that getting press over there is not the easiest in the world.
Everybody's out there is press.
It's not easiest in the world to get.
First of all, you got to book the stuff out there because I hear that's an expensive trip. To get something out there and to get something close by. Yes. So it's just, unless you know people that live out there in San Diego, I do know people, just don't know them that well. So I'm not going to be
the same way. I mean, like,
I'm not going to be like staying in somebody's house just for the hell of it.
I would get an Airbnb there. That's just my opinion. But I don't
imagine how expensive that would be.
Yeah. Because I think of like the area, like I think of 5 Mile area, it's still, even though it's not that close, but it's still expensive. Yes. So it's just...
I know there's a train that passes by, like a outside train or a trolley or whatever.
Like a trolley. Yeah, they have that.
I saw that. It passed by. It had the logo on it. I've seen video of people just walking there from wherever they're coming from. So it looks great. I would just I've been to San Diego too.
And plus, San Diego is a nice town. That's something I would love to check. I've never been there, but I've heard good things about it.
And we want to see, our peoples as well.
Los Funkos.
I'm going to catch a Padres game too if I could.
Los Funkeros. And he's, oh my God, he would love to.
I'm a MLB baseball tour guy.
Which I was just showing him all these pops that are coming out from all these different stadiums and everything that's already out too. I even showed him the minor league that he was telling me about. I think it was Aqua Sox.
The Aqua Sox, which is based out of Everton,
Washington.
Everything, based out of Washington, and owned by the Seattle Mariners,
which is one of the locations for Funko. So I think that's main location.
And that's another place I want to go to.
What?
The headquarters, Funko headquarters.
That's in Seattle, right?
That one?
You know what?
Not every Washington. You want to go to the one in Seattle, the actual store.
Now that's a reason to go to Seattle.
Yes.
To visit.
Well, there's a lot of stuff out there.
The Nintendo America headquarters is also there.
Oh, that's what Bruce Lee. Awesome to go over to Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Yeah. So we got to make something out of Seattle, even though I was there for a few hours. But I would love to go back to Seattle, just to keep that in mind. But anyway, off track. Go ahead.
Talking about the attendance of New York Comic Con. So I expect more than 250 this year. I think last year we got screwed over because maybe they got greedy. And I'm not sure if we say whoever that is. Is it Reed or whatever, whoever's behind the ticket stuff? Or maybe Comic-Con got greedy because they didn't do 4-day tickets. They didn't even do 3-day tickets. They got rid of that, and you had to buy separate tickets.
Right.
This year they brought back the 4-day passes. I'm not sure if they had any other ones. I think they had anything. I think it was only 4 days.
I think it was only 4 days.
And then the single ones as well.
Single ones.
So right now, currently, I think the sale is happening right now still. And whatever's left in there. So
I know Saturday is sold out.
Saturday's over sold out. I'm sorry. So if you didn't get your ticket June 12th, that was for regular people. We got our tickets.
Because
a month or two
ago.
Yeah, we got ours a while ago.
Fan verification.
Yeah.
So make sure that if you're
if you verified as of this year, you're not new anymore. only newbies get the stuff late.
Yes.
There's still ways of getting stuff. I'm not sure if they do that anymore. I remember comic book stores used to have tickets they could buy. Midtown. There used to be like contests to win them, but it's not like it used to be
to the contest.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Not last year.
2 years ago when we met Geeky Peoples, Anthony and Enrique as well, and we met them at a place where we had to go to these comic book stores, and they were like comic book going from one location to the other one. It started at
scavenger hunt day.
Yes, it started at St. Mark's Comics. Which they're not there anymore, so that makes it sad. That was one of my favorite.
That was
places
the golden age of
that was a place that you go to and you never know who you run into. Yeah, RVD I used to run into.
Yeah, she ran into RVD and
he goes there a lot. So, but
he was just there casually.
He's a comic book person.
There's a lot of people.
So I ran into right before Punisher came out. The gentleman that does Punisher, his name is not in my head right now. I'm sorry about that, and he was like, I met him there. I felt bad for the people that work there. You can't really talk to him, but I was like, when I saw him, I was like,
you were in awe. You couldn't believe that, right?
And I was like, oh my God, great meeting you, and can't wait for Punisher. And he was like, I hope I do justice. And you know what? He did justice for Punisher.
Yeah, he did.
So, but talking about, that was one of the places where if you were first in line, which Enrique, our friend, was first in line, he got 4 days, 4-day pass, and it worked at different locations. Not every place was giving you the 4-day passes, but that location gave it to you, and that was sponsored by, I think, New York Comic Con. And I don't know if they do that stuff anymore. So
disappear like the
don't Midtown Comics distribute some sort of passes?
They used to. So the funny thing is, dealing with that one, we didn't hit one Midtown Comics, I don't think. Or did we? No, third location. Third location was Midtown, sorry.
Yeah.
And that was on the East Coast, near 42nd Street. So we went from St. Mark's, we went to Forbidden Planet. That's near 13th Street or so. Then we went to Midtown Comics.
No, before we went there, we went to the store, the comic book shop that used to be on 33rd with the Silver Surfer.
Oh, wait, that was the third spot?
Yeah, that was the third spot.
So, I lied there. We went to JHU Universe.
Yeah.
That used to be a huge store right next to Empire State Building. It used to have a big Silver Surfer. Then they moved about a block and a half away. Now they totally moved from that location to the east side. I think like 3rd Avenue or something like that. Yeah, 3rd Street. So it's like not like a location where I go to anymore unless I go to the Kips Bay movie theater. But
Kips Bay movie theater, I've only been there like maybe once or twice.
I enjoy it. It's a nice place. It's away from every the craziness. But
it's like a weird spot to have a movie theater where
it's been there forever.
I say this. I know it's been there for a long time, only because it feels like it's like when you go in there, you don't feel like you're in New York. You're like in a different town.
Totally.
That's the weird. You know what that feeling like? Yeah. You're in, but you feel like you're in a different part of town. But not in New York.
They used to have a bookstore.
I don't know how to explain that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it was like Borders or something that used to be there. It was another good spot that used to be to get Funko Pops. Now it's nothing. That area is like, eh. But let's go back on the whole New York Comic Con. So this year we got our tickets. I'm not sure if you got your ticket or
press. I'm working on that right now. So more likely, press is. It's like I'm not. It is. Don't.
Actually, you could do it much later on for press. I think.
See, but here's the thing about press. It's not as easy as it looks just to get. You got to have something to prove that hey, I'm doing this, and then you get because New York Comic Con is not just going to take anybody in press. Mm-hmm. You got.
He interviewed me last year in front of the big Hulk. I remember
that.
Next to the Funko booth.
Talking about the press, do you have to have like since you have a YouTube channel, do you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to get one, or just?
To answer that, because I'm just going by what people told me, and I could be off. I don't know. I'm not there, approving passes or whatever. So I can't speak on that. Yeah. But for what I've been told from a handful of people, that the more subscribers on YouTube, because they really do look on that. If you really have the more subscribers you have, the more of a chance you might get the pass. You know what I mean? I don't know about the views. I think that's a totally different thing. Because the viewership for last year's Comic-Con for me wasn't that much. Because I think maybe people weren't interested. I don't know what it was, but maybe next year we'll try to fix that again. Because I like going to Comic-Con. I haven't been there in 3 years. But long story short, we just trying to see if people are still interested in seeing Comic-Con from this year. Maybe find.
Was that your first year as press?
Last year was the first time in press since 2015.
Okay, because I remember seeing you in past. I think you were helping.
Yeah, but it was like 3 years.
Big Al or something like that, maybe, or something like that.
One time, yeah.
So
but I mean, but then.
And I don't even know if that was press.
No,
that was just him recording.
That was actually press.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just him recording.
But now it's like it's so different to get presses. But now, so New York Comic Con, it's not easy to get presses all the time. Just so you know that. Don't think it is, but it.
And then if you get press, do you get like first dibs to talk to anybody? Any guests out there? No?
You don't really get to talk to those panel people if you're asking. Wow. That's the weird thing about that.
I would think if you get press,
you would think,
especially with camera, you get to talk to a star or something like that.
Yeah, you don't get,
or maybe somebody out there.
Yeah, you could try, but it's not that easy.
Yeah, like you have to run into somebody like Nyambi. I think we ran into him last year. He was just talking right there. Another big Funko fan. He's talk about people that collect Funko. He's a star and he collects Funko. Gotcha. And I was like, I think we first saw him because he signed our Superman, what was it called? Reign of Superman, which we saw him there for that. We got my autograph. Then I saw him later on just chilling. Then I saw him again a couple months ago for the actual premiere. So it was pretty cool to see him. Nice guy, great guy, and follow him. But we need to wrap up the show already. Thank you for coming. It's quick, it's not like we had the last time, but we'll have Nelson again. We love having Nelson.
And we're going to have you guys on my show talk about Funkos.
Of course, WTF. Got to watch that before. It's at 11, right?
Yeah, 1 hour before this show.
Yes.
All right.
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half. An hour and a half. Drive. Yeah, 11 o'clock. Yes, exactly.
So definitely watch it. Thank you for coming. And we out. Take care.